The cost of being nice. Yo, listen up. You think being nice, always saying yes, bending over backwards for everyone, that's going to make life easy? Think again. Here's the truth. Your so-called kindness might be your biggest weakness, and most people don't even see it until it's too late. You help someone. You go out of your way. You give your all. And what do you get in return? Nothing. Maybe a fake smile. Maybe a thanks. Most of the time, you just get drained. Soul sucked. Used. That's not bad luck. That's human nature. Cold. Raw. Brutal. The hidden predators around you. There are people in your life who thrive on your energy. They don't care about your feelings. They don't care about your intentions. They see you as a walking charger for their chaos. And if you don't put your foot down, they'll suck you dry. Think Machiavelli. That guy didn't joke when he said, "Not everyone deserves your energy." Some people are parasites, energy vampires, and they're everywhere. Your friends, your partner, your family. Every time you say yes when you mean hell no, you hand them a golden ticket to exploit your trust, your kindness, your time. Kindness without boundaries is weakness. Here's the kicker. You don't need to become ruthless. You don't need to become cold. You can protect your energy while staying kind. You can turn empathy into a shield, into a weapon. Because kindness without boundaries? Weakness. Kindness with strategy? That's power. Recognizing the energy vampires. Let's break it down. There are manipulators hiding in plain sight. Some act helpless, playing wounded. Some demand constant attention. Some act like friends, but only call when they need something. Each one has a pattern. Each one tests your limits. And every single interaction teaches them how far they can push. Real life example 1. Imagine helping a coworker with a project. You stay late, fix their mistakes, deliver a polished result. Next day, they act like it's normal. Never thank you. Now they expect you to do their work next week too. Classic energy vampire behavior. Generosity turned into currency for control. Recognize it, and you stop being a doormat. Real life example 2. Or friends who only reach out when they need a favor. They text at 2 a.m. Ignore your messages for weeks. Act shocked if you don't drop everything. Manipulation disguised as friendship. The psychology behind the drain. Here's the brutal truth. Empathy is a weapon in the wrong hands. Your energy feeds them. Your attention fuels them. Your kindness stabilizes their chaos. And if you don't know the signs, you become their lifeline, and they the predator. Your brain reacts automatically. You feel guilt. You feel responsibility. You feel obligated. And that's exactly the point. Turning the tables. But here's the shift. Once you see it everywhere. You notice patterns. You notice repetition. And once you stop giving energy freely, they start losing power. Boundaries become your armor. Observation becomes your leverage. Silence becomes your shield. Mini-story expansion, workplace trap. You're helping a teammate. Late nights, extra effort. Then they credit themselves for the work. Claim ideas as their own. Smile like it's normal. You replay the conversation in your head. Question yourself. Wonder if you overreacted. The truth? They're testing your energy, your patience, your boundaries. Every small action builds a ladder to their control. Mini-story expansion, social circle. A friend texts only when they need something. Every favor you do is counted silently against you. Every time you hesitate, they add pressure. They know the exact buttons to push. Guilt, shame, obligation. And you've been carrying it for months without realizing. The power shift. The moment you start noticing, the moment you start protecting your energy, the dynamic flips. The predator loses their fuel. Your presence stabilizes. Your confidence grows. And every yes becomes intentional. Every action deliberate. Every word calculated. Kindness is still kindness, but it's strategic. It's guarded. It's untouchable. The 6 types of energy-draining people. All right, buckle up. By now, you know your so-called kindness might be weaponized against you. But here's the next level. 6 types of people who will drain your energy, your motivation, your peace of mind, if you let them. No sugarcoating. No excuses. Just cold, brutal truths. Type 1. The architect of chaos. This person's life is a non-stop disaster. Cars break down. Jobs fail. Partners cheat. Dogs run away. Every single day is a crisis. And here's the trap. You think, I'll help. I'll stabilize them. Nope. Chaos is contagious. Every time you step in to fix things, You glue your soul to their dumpster fire. Psychologically, according to Jungian insight, these people externalize internal instability. They transfer their chaos to anyone willing to absorb it. Mini story. You cover a co-worker's mistake again. They say, "Thanks, but I guess I'll have to fix it myself next time." 2 days later, they mess up again. Your energy? Gone. Your time? Wasted. Master move. Step back. Let reality hit them. If they learn, fine. If not, they're on their own. Your responsibility ends where their accountability begins. Type 2. The bottomless pit. The bottomless pit looks harmless, maybe even sweet. They ask for help. You oblige. You feel good. Fast forward. Every favor becomes expectation. Every effort never enough. Time, energy, resources devoured without gratitude. Machiavelli would call this a strategic disaster. Each yes strengthens them and weakens you. Pro tip, test their reaction with a small no. Bottomless pits hate boundaries. They guilt trip. They tantrum. They ghost. Their reaction tells you everything. Mini story, you lend a friend $100. Next week, they ask for $200 and act offended when you decline. Their hunger for your energy? Insatiable. Strategy, protect yourself with small, consistent boundaries. Every no trains them that you are not an unlimited resource. Type 3. The smiling saboteur. Subtle. Deadly. They cheer when you succeed, but secretly hope you fail. Whisper advice that undermines confidence. Seed doubt. Maybe even leak your secrets to others. Psychologically, envy is a slow-acting toxin. Machiavelli warned. People mask hostility with charm to manipulate others. Mini story. A friend tells you, maybe that promotion isn't right for you, just as your boss praises your work. That seed of doubt? Poisoning your confidence without you realizing it. Type 4. The professional victim. Everything is always someone else's fault. They look fragile. Play the sympathy card. Make you feel guilty just for protecting your boundaries. Try to rescue them, and they flip the script. They make you the villain. Psychology says victimhood is a manipulative strategy, a way to make others compensate for their lack of responsibility. Mini story. Your partner complains, "I can't handle life like this." You stop plans to comfort them. Suddenly, they say, "You never help me emotionally." And just like that, you're trapped. Real talk. Step back. Protect your boundaries. Stop rescuing them. Their responsibility is not your burden. Type 5. The arrogant fool. The arrogant fool thinks they know it all. Advice wasted. Evidence ignored. Your words bounce off their ego like bullets on armor. Mini story. You present research to guide a project. They say, "Nah, I know better." You waste hours explaining, and they still dismiss it. Master move. Stop wasting energy. Let reality teach them. Machiavelli would say, step back. Let them crash. Observe. Pro tip, protect your energy. Learning is earned, not forced. Type 6. The scorpion. Most dangerous of all. They betray, cheat, lie repeatedly. You forgive, hoping they'll change, but history proves people rarely change their core nature. Carl Jung emphasized that repeated patterns reveal the shadow self. A scorpion shadow is to harm and exploit over and over. Mini story. You trust someone after they lied once. They lie again and again. Each time, your self-respect erodes a little more. End of the line. Recognize the scorpion. Cut toxic repeaters off before they crush your soul. The mind games of immature men. All right, listen up. By now, you know the types of energy-draining people, but now we go deeper. Let's talk about the 9 toxic phrases every immature man says. These aren't just annoying words. They are subtle weapons that drag you into chaos, drain your energy, and make you second-guess yourself. Each phrase is a tool, a weapon, a carefully constructed tactic to manipulate, control, and weaken your confidence. Machiavelli would say, know your enemy before the battle. Phrase 1, you're overreacting. Classic. The moment he says this, he's trying to erase your reality. Your feelings? Invalid. Your frustration? A problem. Psychologically, this is gaslighting 101. It's not about your reaction. It's about shifting the power frame so you doubt your perception. Mini story. You call him out on disrespect, and he shrugs. You're overreacting. Suddenly, you question yourself. Was it really that bad? The goal? make you apologize for existing boundaries. Action step, name your feelings aloud. I feel disrespected when this happens. Hold your frame. Reality is yours to define. Phrase 2, you're too sensitive, pairs perfectly with the first. He's saying, stop being human, or I'll make you feel broken. Dark psychology insight. Sensitivity is power. Emotional awareness is a strength. If someone mocks it, it's a red flag for manipulation. Mini story. You share a disappointment, and he laughs. Wow, you're too sensitive. That laugh. A test. Your energy? Under siege. Action step. Call it out internally and externally. My sensitivity is part of my power. Let's respect that. Protect your emotional boundaries. Phrase 3, calm down. We've all heard it. Dirty truth. It's code for, I don't care about your point. I care about shutting you up. Mini story. You voice a valid concern. He interrupts. Calm down. Instantly, your words are minimized, your presence silenced. Action step. Take a deep breath, stay firm, and say, I'm not calming down until we resolve this. Flip the script. Reclaim the frame. Phrase 4, it's not a big deal. Sneaky tactic. By saying this, he diminishes your boundaries. He normalizes discomfort, making you question your instincts. Translation, your discomfort is my playground. Action step, don't allow minimization. Reinforce boundaries. It matters to me, and I won't compromise on my peace. Phrase 5, why are you so emotional? Classic disguised attack. He wants you to second-guess your entire experience. Psychological insight. Immature men fear emotional intelligence. It exposes manipulation. Mini story. You express frustration. He smirks. Why are you so emotional? Suddenly, you feel guilty for having feelings. Action step. Own your emotional intelligence. Stay grounded. Distance yourself if needed. Your emotions are not negotiable. Phrase 6. You're imagining things. The reality manipulator. He plants seeds of doubt, making you question what really happened. Mini story. You remember a promise he broke. He insists. You're imagining it. Your memory? Suddenly under attack. Action step. Keep a record. Journal. Screenshots. Messages. Machiavelli would say, document the battlefield. Your truth remains untouchable. Phrase 7. You're making it personal. Every immature man throws this when logic fails. He shifts the frame so you're the problem. Mini story. You confront a repeated behavior. This hurts me. He fires back. You're making it personal. Now you're defensive, his ego intact. Action step. Don't take the bait. Subtly call it out. No, this is about your actions, not me. Frame regained. Phrase 8. I was just joking. Passive-aggressive gaslight classic. Insult first, hide behind humor later. Mini story. You really screwed that up. Just kidding. That joke? A covert way to test boundaries and steal confidence. Action step. Call it. Yeah, that joke really stung. Not funny. Confidence neutralizes manipulation. Phrase 9. You always / you never. Absolute phrases are psychological hammers. You always overthink. You never appreciate me. Psychological insight. Absolutes make you feel small, incompetent. They provoke emotional reaction. Action step. Respond with specifics, not emotions. Actually, last week you boom. You reclaim the frame. Control restored. Takeaway. Every phrase is a test. A frame. A trap. Immature men want power without responsibility. Machiavelli said, he who controls the frame controls the outcome. Your defense is calm authority, observation, and boundaries. Energy is not theirs to steal. Your power is yours to hold. How to protect yourself from immature manipulation. All right, buckle up. By now, you've seen the 9 toxic phrases every immature man uses. The words that sneak into your mind, mess with your head, and drain your energy. Now, we move to your weapons of defense. This is where you reclaim control, using psychology, strategy, and some brutal truth. Step 1. Recognize manipulation early. The first rule of surviving toxic behavior? Spot it immediately. Don't laugh it off. Don't excuse it. He's just stressed, or he didn't mean it. Machiavelli called this, read the battlefield before the battle starts. Recognition is your first shield. Every time he says, you're overreacting, or calm down, your mental alarm bells should ring. This isn't optional, it's a red flag. Keep a mental log or journal of repeated patterns. Immature men are predictable in their unpredictability. Once you see the pattern, you control the narrative. Mini story: a friend constantly criticized your outfit. At first, it seemed small. Then it escalated into, "You can't do anything right." Documented over time, this reveals a pattern of identity attacks, not isolated incidents. Step 2. Maintain your frame. This is the ultimate power move. Every manipulator wants you reactive, desperate, emotional. Your mission: stay calm, collected, untouchable. Translation: don't dive into their circus. Step outside, observe. Machiavelli would call this amused mastery. You're not ignoring him. You're controlling your energy. Before responding, silently tell yourself, frame locked. This mental cue keeps you in control. Step 3. Use the art of silence. Nothing terrifies a manipulator more than silence. Example: he throws, "You're too sensitive." Your move? Nod, pause, say nothing. Why it works: silence mirrors his aggression back, creating tension. He feels the loss of control. He may escalate, but you remain untouchable. Maintain eye contact, a neutral face, and let him wrestle with his own chaos. This isn't rude, it's psychological armor. Step 4. Call out without rage. Sometimes silence isn't enough. Calm, direct confrontation works wonders. Phrase: I hear what you're saying, but your words don't control my emotions. Effect: you regain the frame without screaming, begging, or losing composure. Mini story: at work, a colleague undermines you in front of others. Calmly stating your independence of reaction shifts the power back to you. Your authority remains intact. Step 5. Boundaries are non-negotiable. Boundaries equal survival. No compromise. Example: he says, "You're overreacting." Your boundary: I will not continue this conversation if my feelings are dismissed. Consistency in boundaries reduces his ability to manipulate. He thrives on chaos. You become the calm in the storm. Mini story: every time a friend guilt-tripped you into helping, you politely declined, repeated your boundary, and watched him escalate. But you didn't budge. Your energy stayed intact, and he eventually learned you weren't a doormat. Step 6. Emotional detachment without coldness. Tricky balance: be detached without being cruel. Care about your life, energy, and peace. Don't chase approval or affection from manipulators. Translation: be a lighthouse, not a wall or doormat. Guide and protect yourself without diving into the storm. Calm presence is power. Step 7. Leverage dark psychology wisely. Now we bring in advanced tactics, but for self-preservation, not cruelty. Agree and amplify. He says, "You're too emotional." You respond, "Yeah, sometimes I cry during superhero movies." Crazy, right? Humorous, absurd. He loses control. Mirror his energy. Aggressive? Calm. Calm. Commanding. Your energy dictates the room. Documentation: keep notes, screenshots, or journals. Once lies are exposed, manipulators can't twist reality anymore. Step 8. Protect your circle. Your defenses only matter if applied consistently. Immature men test boundaries until they find weakness. Protect your energy. Protect your people. Your calm becomes a shield around those who matter. Closing thoughts: this is your blueprint to survive, thrive, and rise above manipulation. After this, you now know how to recognize toxic patterns, how to maintain your frame, how to use silence and calm confrontation, how to enforce boundaries and protect energy, how to leverage dark psychology ethically. Machiavelli would be proud. You're no longer reactive. You're the strategist of your own life. Real-life examples and the transformation. Now we're moving from theory to real-life action. You've seen the 9 toxic phrases, the traps, the manipulation tactics. But here's the brutal truth: knowing isn't enough. You need to see it in action and understand how to flip the script to reclaim your energy, authority, and peace. Example 1. The gaslighting partner. Picture this: you're overreacting. You're too sensitive. Your stomach twists. That gut punch of self-doubt hits. The old you: argue, justify, beg for understanding. The new you: frame locked. Silence. Neutral energy. He flails, trying to pull you into his chaos. You observe, stay untouchable, and reclaim your energy. Gaslighters feed on reactions. Starve them. No reaction equals no power. Mini story. A friend argued constantly about chores. The old me would defend, explain, and feel drained. The new me simply observed, held my boundaries, and watched the manipulator crumble without me lifting a finger. Example 2. The constant critic. Every compliment has a sting. You did good, but you could have done better. Old you. Apologize, over-explain, feel small. New you. Amused mastery. Smile. Nod. Thanks for noticing. Move on. Critics thrive on emotional leverage. When you refuse the hook, they flail. You take the control back. Mini story. A coworker constantly criticized presentations. By using neutral acknowledgement and keeping my results strong, he lost his power to manipulate and my confidence stayed intact. Example 3. The drama addict. Some people live for chaos. Your inbox lights up with crises, complaints, and panic. Old you. Jump in. Try to fix it. Drain yourself. New you. Observe. Set boundaries. Let natural consequences unfold. Stop being the fire extinguisher to someone else's dumpster fire. Let them feel the heat and manage it themselves. Mini story. A friend constantly demanded emotional support at midnight. I set boundaries, responded calmly during office hours only, and slowly he learned I wasn't a bottomless pit. The transformation, becoming untouchable. Here's the big reveal. Consistency is everything. Frame control, second nature. No impulsive reactions. Silence, your weapon. Manipulators hesitate because your energy reflects calm dominance. Boundaries, your armor. Protect your time, energy, and peace without apology. Manipulators lose power, thrash, panic, crumble, but you remain untouchable. The crown jewel, amused mastery in action. Amused mastery is the ultimate dark psychology tool. Not arrogance, not coldness. Calm observation of attempts to manipulate. Slight smirk or neutral energy saying, I see the game. I'm not playing. Strategic responses deflate attacks without confrontation. Imagine a toddler throwing a tantrum. You don't yell, cry, or negotiate. You just watch. That's power. That's untouchable. Mini story. A family member repeatedly guilt-tripped me into favors. I responded with calm amusement, documented everything, and maintained my boundaries. Over time, the manipulator stopped testing me. The mindset shift. You're not here to win arguments. You're here to win your life. Keep your frame. Hold your silence. Master amused mastery. Protect your energy. When you do this consistently, the world respects your boundaries. People stop messing with you. They realize you're untouchable. Advanced dark psychology hacks and mental survival. Welcome to the next level. Up to now, you've learned how manipulation works. You've seen the phrases. You've neutralized the traps. You've reclaimed your frame. But most people never reach mental immunity. This is where psychology stops being knowledge and becomes armor. This is where your mind becomes a fortress, not a battlefield. Step 1. The mental armor hack. Here's the brutal truth most people avoid. People don't attack your body first. They attack your mind. Words are just delivery systems. The real target is your inner state, your confidence, your certainty, your peace. The old you, replaying insults, overanalyzing tone, losing sleep over conversations that don't matter. The new you, mental armor activated. Attacks land but don't stick. Visualize every toxic comment as a rubber ball. It hits your chest. It makes contact. Then it drops, harmless. You don't absorb it. You don't chase it. You don't throw it back emotionally. You let gravity do the work. Why this works psychologically? Your brain treats visualization as rehearsal. Train non-absorption long enough, and emotional resilience becomes automatic. Slang translation. Stop being a mental sponge for other people's chaos. Your mind is sacred territory. Step 2. Reverse the frame. Manipulators thrive on predictability. They say something provocative because they expect a defensive reaction. You do the opposite. Example. You're being selfish. Old you explain. Justify. Defend. New you. Calm pause. Neutral tone. Interesting. What makes you say that? What just happened? You reverse the frame. Now they must explain. Now they feel exposed. Now they are defending a weak narrative. Advanced insight. Questions destabilize manipulators because questions remove emotional leverage. Slang translation: don't dodge bullets. Make them run into their own logic. Step 3. The agree and amplify hack. This is verbal Aikido. Instead of resisting an attack, absorb it and exaggerate it until it collapses under its own weight. Example: you're obsessed with money. Response: absolutely. I count gold coins every Tuesday. My back hurts, but kings don't complain. Why this works: attacks require seriousness to survive. Humor kills seriousness. The manipulator wanted shame. They got absurdity. Now they feel foolish. You remain untouchable. Important rule: never sound defensive. Deliver it calmly. Almost bored. Step 4. Shadow mastery, the inner kill switch. This is where amateurs stop and elites begin. Dark psychology isn't just about controlling others. It's about mastering your shadow. Your shadow is the part of you that seeks validation, reacts emotionally, fears rejection, needs approval. Exercise. Write down what phrases trigger you, who triggers you, and why it hurts. Then ask one question: what part of me feels threatened here? Why this works: manipulators don't control strong people. They pull on unhealed emotional threads. When you heal the trigger, the hook disappears. Slang translation: if someone can push your buttons, it's because you installed them. Take your power back. Step 5. Energy management, the invisible battlefield. Here's the truth no one teaches. You don't lose power from arguments. You lose power from energy leakage. Rules for survival: limit exposure to toxic people. Say no without explanation. Reduce emotional availability. Protect your digital space. Choose distance over drama. Result: your nervous system calms. Your clarity sharpens. Your presence becomes heavier. People feel it, even if they can't explain it. Slang translation: not everyone deserves access to your nervous system. Step 6. Psychological immunity, the final state. When everything clicks, you reach immunity. Silence becomes your shield. Boundaries become your walls. Frame control becomes your blade. Shadow mastery becomes your armor. You don't argue. You don't explain. You don't chase respect. You emanate it. Slang translation: unbothered, untouchable, unmovable. Closing thoughts. Dark psychology is not about cruelty. It's about self-defense at the mental level. When used correctly, you stop absorbing chaos. You stop reacting emotionally. You stop being manipulated. You move through life calm, grounded, dominant. Toxic people don't change. You outgrow them. And when you do, they don't fight you. They fade. The final frontier: your mind, your sovereignty. This is it. No more tactics. No more labels. No more theory. This is the final frontier: your mind, your sovereignty, your rule. You've seen the manipulators, the energy vampires, the fake allies, the takers who smile while bleeding you dry. And now the real question appears: how do you make sure none of this ever touches you again? Here's the brutal truth most people never accept. Nothing protects you like psychological sovereignty. Not kindness, not intelligence, not good intentions, only sovereignty. This isn't motivation. This is dark psychology applied to real life. The kind of knowledge whispered in private, never spoken in public. The currency you've been bleeding. Every interaction costs something. Your time, your energy, your emotional bandwidth. Every "I'll help just this once." Every unnecessary explanation. Every moment you absorb someone else's chaos. That isn't kindness. That's slow self-destruction. Predators don't drain you by force. They drain you by permission. And the more you give, the weaker your inner defenses become. This is how people lose themselves quietly, without ever noticing. The guilt trap. Manipulators rarely attack directly. They bait you with guilt. You're selfish if you don't help. I guess I can't rely on you. Wow, you've changed. Here's the truth. These words only work if you accept their frame. The moment you explain yourself, the moment you apologize, the moment you justify a boundary, you surrender authority. Sovereignty rule number 1. Your value is not measured by how much you give. Your peace is non-negotiable. Your energy is locked down. Your time belongs to you. The sovereign's protocol. This is where understanding becomes execution. Emotional detachment. When someone tries to twist your kindness into obligation, you step back internally. You are no longer inside the drama. You are watching it. Imagine sitting in a theater. They're on stage, acting, crying, manipulating. You're in the audience. Their emotions stay in their body, not yours. This alone removes most of their power. Invisible boundaries. Sovereignty does not announce itself. You don't lecture. You don't threaten. You don't explain. You act differently. Slower replies. Less emotional investment. Fewer favors. Zero justification. You let people collide with the limits of their expectations. And here's the part they never expect. The calmer you stay, the more unhinged they appear. Amused mastery. This is dominance without aggression. When manipulation appears, you don't flinch. You don't defend. You don't react. You smile slightly. Not mocking. Not cruel. Observant. Like watching a tantrum you've outgrown. Your calm becomes a mirror. And most people cannot tolerate seeing themselves clearly. They collapse on their own. Cut the rope. Some people are toxic by design, not circumstance. No amount of empathy fixes them. No patience reforms them. No loyalty earns respect. Accept this and cut cleanly. No speeches. No closure conversations. No emotional autopsies. A scorpion does not become safe because you forgave it. Repeated stings only destroy you slowly. This is not cruelty. This is self-preservation. Shadow integration. True sovereignty requires facing what most people avoid. Your selfishness, your anger, your hunger for control, your need for validation. When you deny your shadow, others weaponize it. When you own it, no one can use it against you. You stop seeking approval. You stop fearing judgment. You stop projecting weakness. You become whole. And wholeness terrifies manipulators. The energy audit. Ask yourself one question. Where does your energy go every day? Every hour spent on drainers, chaos merchants, emotional leeches. Is an hour stolen from building your life? That life might be your career, your body, your peace, your future. Identify the vampires, then remove them from your calendar, your thoughts, your priorities. Silently, the real lesson. This philosophy was never about cruelty. It was about survival through self-mastery. Kindness without strategy is a liability. Empathy without boundaries is self-betrayal. Power begins the moment you stop sacrificing yourself to be liked. The calm storm. This is the final transformation. You become the calm storm. The world rages. People complain. Manipulators push. You do not absorb it. You protect your time, your mind, your emotional space. People either adapt to your boundaries or disappear. Both outcomes are victories.